tank in. Believe me, I've had this thing in here probably 5 or 6 times already. So, get this in. But the only thing we need to worry about hitting now are these exhaust hangers. So, I'll go up with the tank. As you can see, I've already got my sending unit and fuel pump and everything mounted in the tank. And those of you that don't know, if this is your first time watching my videos, I'm putting Buford, the truck I'm working on here, my C30, is a 1984 Silverado C30, crew cab dually. Come on now. I swear this fits because I've had it in here. Oops, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go over the other side. Okay, what are we stuck on? There we go. This wasn't holding my tongue right. Okay, I'm back. And lift it up into position, and that about right there is where this is going to fit. Obviously, I'm going to center it this way and that way. Also, going to take some rubber strips and insulate it so it's not metal on metal, so it doesn't rub through. Let me go grab the straps real quick because I forgot them. So here we've got stock gas tank straps. Like I said, these go in underneath. There's 2 channels that they fit in on the bottom of the tank. Again, I'm also going to insulate these. So throw that on there, and that on. I'll bring this side around. I'm sorry, this is probably such a boring video for you guys to watch. Back of some dude's head as he messes with his old truck. Okay. I'll walk around to the other side. So, one more strap here. And put this in the right way, right? Yep, okay. There we have it. Fuel tank is basically installed. Obviously, I'm going to take it back out and I'm going to clean up the frame a little bit, maybe do a little bit of painting, just to obviously put the insulation back in. So there you have it. I'm out of breath because I'm out of shape. So we got the 2 bolts here on this back cross member. And then we've got the 2 bolts here on this front cross member. Obviously I have to tighten them up, but again, I'm going to take this all back apart. Now you may be saying, oh, Fab Daddy, you took that shock mount loose. What are you going to do with the shock mount? So here, I'll show you. Put your back in the tripod. Okay, so loosening the wrong thing. Here we go. So here's what I'm going to do. Here on the driver's side, you can see I have this new cross member in here. And it took the place of this upper shock mount, which these 2 holes went in these 2 holes, and it sat right there where this piece is. But as you can see, this bolt is supposed to be permanently mounted right there, and it's no longer there. So that was going to have to go bye-bye anyway. This exhaust mount bracket, it sat right here. It was all the way cracked. I just grabbed it, pulled it out. It wasn't going to survive. Something else that was here was this, and this is what's called a proportioning valve. It sat in here like this, right there on the frame. The brake line, which you probably can't see, came in here, and then this has a lever, which I cut the lever off, is now down here on the floor, on the ground. It fastened right here, and then this end of it fastened on the rear end of the truck. And what that did was, as the truck was loaded, it pushed up on this part of it, and it would proportion the amount of braking power going to the back of the truck. So the more weight you had on the back, the more braking power you would have on the rear axle, because if you weren't loaded, you could lock up the rear brakes of the truck. So I got all that out of the way because that valve never actually really worked well. I mean, it did its job, I guess, but it was just kind of more of a pain than anything. So what's going to happen is I'm going to make a new bracket that hangs down off here to hold the brake line, and then the new rubber hose that will just come down here, and it'll just split to the rear wheels without that extra proportioning valve nonsense. So back to the shocks. This shock, I have two ears that are going to mount right here on this cross member. That this shock, well, obviously not this shock because it's probably original to the truck. Once I get new shocks, it'll mount right here. The other side I have two more ears that'll mount to this, and then a new bracket to mount the shock to the front of the axle instead of to the rear where it was, leaving me room for my fuel tank. So that's basically the fuel tank install. I have, excuse me, I'll come back around. As you can see, or as I will show you, I have some AN fittings on the fuel tank because I'm running EFI. So I need some higher pressure lines. These are AN fittings that just bolt right onto the GM O-ring. Come on. So see, you have the original stock GM O-ring fitting here, and this AN fitting bolts right into that and will convert to an AN6 fuel line. So I have, so let me kind of explain these. This is a fill neck, obviously, and it's going to go up probably through the tail light or maybe the stake pocket. I haven't decided on that part yet, so I haven't really done much with it yet. This big vent hose is what goes up, follows the filler neck up to the top. So that's how your tank knows to shut off. This is the feed line. This is coming from the pump, and this will feed a filter slash regulator. It's going to mount probably right up here on the frame rail where I can get to it from underneath if I ever need to. And then the regulator will push back to the overflow, will come back into this line, go back into the tank. And then this is just your vent, and it will probably just come up and fasten to the bottom of the bed. So anyway, that's the breakdown of the fuel tank going into Buford. Obviously, I'm going to drop it out one more time. Again, I said that already. Drop it out one more time. Clean up some stuff, get the right hardware in place where it needs to be, get all the insulation where it needs to be, get all the wiring figured out where it needs to go, and then it will be mounted permanently, and I'll be ready to plumb it up to the engine, which unfortunately the engine's still sitting in the shop because the weather has been absolutely dreadful, and I just got the last parts I needed to get it installed. So again, thanks for watching. I hope this was somewhat informative. Hopefully I can help someone else down the line, because I kind of had to figure this out a little bit by myself. I didn't find any real great videos. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to figure out what's in the AMD box, please check back. I'll cover all that later. See you guys.